There comes a time in life when words fail, explanations fall short, and the best answer is no answer at all. Choosing to leave people in silence and never look back is not an act of cowardice or malice, but a profound statement of self-respect, growth, and the need to reclaim your peace. It is a quiet revolution, a decision rooted in the realization that staying in toxic, unfulfilling, or one-sided relationships often costs more than we can afford to give. Silence is often misunderstood. In a world that values loud declarations and constant communication, silence can feel like a void, empty and cruel. But silence is anything but empty, carries weight, intention, and meaning. When we leave someone in silence, it's not because we lack the words to explain ourselves. It's because we've already said enough. We live in a culture obsessed with closure. We're told to tie up loose ends, resolve conflicts, and ensure that everyone is on the same page before walking away. But not every situation warrants closure. Not every goodbye needs a long-winded explanation. Sometimes, silence speaks louder than any words could. Says, "This is the end. There is nothing more to say." Deciding to leave in silence is rarely a snap decision. It comes after long periods of introspection, heartache, and countless attempts to mend what is broken. It's waking up one day and realizing that you've given more than you've received, that your kindness has been mistaken for weakness, or that your efforts to communicate have been met with indifference. Sometimes, it's a single moment that clarifies everything. A betrayal, a cutting remark, or a pattern of disregard that finally becomes undeniable. Other times, it's a gradual erosion of trust, respect, and connection, like a shoreline slowly swallowed by the sea. When you reach that breaking point, silence becomes not just an option but a necessity. It's the only way to protect yourself from further harm, to draw a line that cannot be crossed, and to make a clean break from a relationship that no longer serves you. Walking away in silence takes courage. It requires you to resist the urge to explain, defend, or justify your decision. It asks you to trust yourself, to believe that your peace of mind is more important than someone else's understanding. This is especially difficult when the people you're leaving behind demand answers. They may call you selfish, dramatic, or immature. They may insist that you owe them closure, explanations, or another chance. But the truth is, you owe them nothing if they've already shown you that they cannot or will not respect your boundaries. For the person left behind, silence can feel like a punishment. It forces them to sit with their thoughts, to question their actions, and to confront the void you've left. Without the noise of arguments or explanations, they're left with nothing but themselves and the consequences of their behavior. But the silence you leave is not for them. It's for you. It's a way to reclaim your energy, protect your boundaries, and begin the process of healing without being pulled back into the cycle of pain. In the days and weeks after walking away, you may feel the weight of doubt pressing down on you. You may wonder if you made the right decision or if you should have tried harder to resolve things. These thoughts are natural, but they are not the truth. The truth is that you've chosen a path that prioritizes your well-being. There will be moments when you're tempted to look back. Memories of good times will surface, making you question whether the bad was really that bad. Nostalgia is a powerful force, but it's also deceptive. It has a way of painting the past in a softer light, blurring the edges of the pain you felt. Resist the urge to romanticize what you left behind. Remember the sleepless nights, the tears, the constant effort to be heard or understood. Remember why you chose silence in the first place. Looking back might feel comforting in the moment, but it won't change the reality of why you had to leave. Leaving in silence isn't just about walking away from others. It's about walking toward yourself. It's about rediscovering who you are without the weight of someone else's expectations, judgments, or demands. It's about reclaiming your time, energy, and emotional space. In the weeks and months that follow, you'll begin to notice changes. The world will feel a little lighter, a little brighter. You'll find joy in small things that once went unnoticed. You'll start to rebuild your confidence, your passions, your sense of self. It won't happen overnight, and there will still be hard days. But every step you take away from what no longer serves you is a step toward a life that aligns with your values and needs. The peace that comes from leaving in silence is not immediate, but it is profound. It's the quiet realization that you no longer have to fight to be heard, valued, or respected. It's the freedom of knowing that you've taken control of your narrative and chosen to prioritize yourself. This peace doesn't mean you forget the people or experiences you've left behind. It means you've accepted them for what they were and let go of the need to change or fix them. It means you've allowed yourself to heal without clinging to the past. When you choose silence, you teach others and yourself a valuable lesson. You show that boundaries are non-negotiable, that respect is essential, and that self-worth is not up for debate. You also create space for healthier, more fulfilling relationships. By leaving behind what doesn't serve you, you make room for people who will value and uplift you. Most importantly, you prove to yourself that you are capable of making hard choices, of putting yourself first, and of walking away from what no longer aligns with your life. Leaving people in silence and never looking back is not an easy decision, but it is often the right one. It's a declaration of independence, a commitment to your own well-being, and an acknowledgement that not all stories need a final chapter. In silence, there is strength. In walking away, there is freedom. And in never looking back, there is a future waiting to be lived. One where your happiness is no longer tied to the people who couldn't see your worth.